Hello, scholars. So, welcome to Bio 301 for the Summer 1 session. I am so excited to be your professor. So, a couple things about me, because you will see more about me in the infographic. I have already posted mine under the discussion. So, I am a Jersey girl, born and raised in South Jersey. Left Jersey to pursue a bachelor's of biology at Eastern Shore, which is a HBCU over there on the coast of Maryland. And then from there, I went to Baltimore to Hopkins to get a PhD in human genetics and molecular biology. And my research interest is around skeletal muscle and how it ages. And so since I wanted to come back and have the HBCU experience on this side of the desk, I started teaching at Bowie State in 2016. Now in this course, I think it's so exciting. I hope you do as well. So it's not only learning the content like, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, but also learning what happens to that DNA and being able to apply it to your real life experiences and the affairs and things that you might encounter. So like if you had to take a prenatal test and decide something, or if there was a cancer diagnosis and you need to look more into it. So this class is supposed to give you that overview. So you'll learn about cells and the different types, but then you'll also learn about your microbiome and how you have bacteria cells that live within you that you need to be able to carry out your normal functions. Okay, so content, but the large majority is placed on application. Now, this is a completely asynchronous course online, which means we do not meet in person. All of the assignments are available to you from day one, and you can start them and you can complete them at will. Now, I will recommend that you at least try to complete one a day. And when I say one, I mean one module. And so I'll show you a sample schedule in a second. And so if this was a 16-week course, each week you will complete a module, but because it's a 5-week course, then every day you should be completing a module. It's a lot of information, but it's very doable. And so what you need is a reliable internet service. Okay, you need to have access to Blackboard because that's where everything lives. That's where you'll find the syllabus. That's where you'll find the schedule that tells you when everything is due. That's where you will find the chapter quizzes. Okay, that's where you will upload your assignments. So you have to have a reliable device, computer, laptop, iPad or tablet, okay, and a reliable internet source. So if you need to get in touch with me, here's my email address, phone number. Please don't leave a message. I'll be in and out of the office this summer. I have office hours on Zoom, so that link is on Blackboard. I will also set up a group meet for the class so that you can send text messages, okay? But email, group me will be the most efficient ways to get in touch with me. So for you, so like I was telling you, this is a sample schedule, okay? So every module I have due at the end of a week or 6-day period, okay? And so the first couple ones are due on the Saturday, and then it switches because we have a couple days off. But you have to do several assignments in that time. So if you break this up and do one a day, then now you'll have better time management and you won't feel rushed at the end, because otherwise you're going to sit down on, say, a Saturday and complete everything here, and that's going to be tedious because not only are they these short quizzes and stuff, there's journals where you have to go in and type like 15 sentences, complex sentences about how you feel about a topic, not a recap of information that are there, but your opinion based on the facts that you've just learned, as well as some assessments that may take you longer than these other assignments. So please make sure time management is a huge thing here. Schedule out how you're going to complete this course and make time for it each day so that you stay on top of your academics. You will be graded by those chapter quizzes. So each week, each day has a quiz associated with it, each chapter. You'll read the chapter, you'll take the quiz on the content, and then you'll do an application. The application are these discussions and journals as well as video quizzes. The difference between a discussion and a journal is a discussion is public so the class can see it and you will respond to at least 2 of your peers. A journal is just between you and I expressing your thoughts, okay? There'll be 2 exams, both cumulative. So the midterm cumulative until that point, and then the final covers everything we've learned. Video quizzes that go about the application. So you'll learn about the topic, reading it in the book. Then you'll watch a video that's showing that topic in the real world. Then there are 5 assessments that you're going to complete, and these go along with just about each module as well as the final and the midterm. Okay, so keep note of that. You have a final exam and a final project due. So again, those discussions and journals, I highly recommend that you post discussions early, okay? Don't wait until the due date to post them, because you need to respond to your friends, right? And they need to respond to you. So if all of you wait until 11 o'clock, somebody's going to be late and have points deducted because they haven't had time to respond to other people's, because everyone is posting at the same time. So try to get these things in early so that you can read through theirs and that they can also read through yours. There is a rubric and information sheet for discussions and journals in general, and then each one has a rubric associated with it. Make sure that you are giving exactly what is asked of you. A lot of these have like, hey, minimum of this many sentences. Some of them have prompts. Make sure you talk about A, B, and C, and then they all are asking you for references. So what did you use to come up with those thoughts and to complete this assignment? So put those references there. Those 5 assessments I talked about, so they vary, right? One is a video. So you're going to get to go and look into your family and figure out a trait or a disease that is prevalent in your family. And then you're going to make a video following the rubric. All of these assignments have a rubric that outline what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and when it's due. There's a chromosome disorder infographic where you're going to discuss a disorder caused by a chromosomal error. That can be aneuploidy, where you have too many or too few whole chromosomes. Or it can be like a deletion where a big piece of a chromosome is missing, okay? And so that's going to be an infographic similar to what you're doing for the introductions. Then there's the science and the news midterm. So by midterm, you're going to select the article, and this can be a primary or secondary. There's instructions on Blackboard that go through the different types of articles, what's allowed and what's not. And then you're going to follow the rubric to make sure you include all the requirements. And this is any modality. If you want to do a PowerPoint, a Canva, an infographic, a video, a news clip, whatever you want to do is up to you. The following week, you'll have a mutation composite image. And this is where you're going to take like 3 different images and put them together in a way that it looks like one photograph. And it's going to be how you feel about mutations. And then the final assignment is a bioethics portfolio, where you're going to make like a website on a bioethics, this topic of your choice. And these are already on Blackboard. So if you're ready to choose, have at it, because the topics have to be in about a week before, because it's on a first come, first served basis. Now, how are you going to do this? There are many sites on Blackboard, but as well as the Adobe Suite. So as a student of Bowie State University, you have access to the Adobe Suite. And so there are instructions on Blackboard in the left navigational, and it shows you how to do these different ones. So there are tutorials on how to create a video or a podcast, how to create a composite image, how to create an infographic, research journal, and a portfolio. There are also examples, real life examples that I have created of each one of these that are available to you to use. I am also available to answer any questions you have about these, okay? But this takes some playing around with, and you don't have that much time. So remember, start early so that you can get an idea of what's being asked of you. Okay, so moving forward, some things to keep in mind. You have 2 attempts for each chapter quiz. If you don't get a 100 the first time, you should be taking it again. Life happens, stuff happens, internet goes down, computers crash, computers get unplugged, different things, family emergencies. So please don't wait till the last minute. All of these assignments are open from day 1. Work ahead, okay? It's summertime. You might have vacations or plans. Work ahead so that you're not getting points taken off because you're turning in assignments late. There is an assignment on plagiarism. Please look it over, understand what's being asked of you. You cannot copy and paste and call it your own. You cannot use one of these rewording or paraphrasing tools and call it your own. Okay? You can't use something like Chat GPT and call it your own. Those are all examples of plagiarism. Please do not do it. Okay? Please don't do it. At minimum, you get a 0 on an assignment. At maximum, you can get expelled from the university, depending on the severity of it. In this class, your grade matches your effort. If it's a journal and I'm asking for 15 complex sentences and you give me 5, the cat ran, right? Expect that your grade is going to match that effort. If I'm asking for creativity and you give me something in black and white with no images or things, look at the rubric, right? Images are a part of your grade. So if you don't give any, now you're down 10, 15 points. That's a whole letter grade. So please follow the rubrics and please make sure that you understand your effort will match your grade. Again, use those rubrics. Everything has one. There are rubrics on assignment sheets. Read them. There are rubric you can click on before you complete an assignment to make sure you've given everything I've asked for. If you are not sure about something, please shoot me an email, get on GroupMe so that we can talk about it. After an assignment is graded, if you go to My Grades, you click, it says View Rubric. You have a breakdown of exactly why points were deducted, okay? The same rubric that you viewed before you turn it in will pop up, and it will say, oh, you earned 3 out of 5 points here because you failed to do blah, blah, blah. Okay, so be sure to look at those. So, I hope that you're excited and energized, and I also hope you understand you're going to learn a lot. It's 5 weeks. And you're going to learn 16 weeks of information in those 5 weeks, okay? It's going to be fast-paced, but you can work on your own terms and time. But make sure that by those deadlines, you are completing things. Make sure you have good time management and you set a schedule and you follow it, okay? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please shoot me an email. Get in touch with me so that I can answer those questions. I'd rather you contact me now than contact me after you got a grade and say, oh, but this is what I thought you wanted, right? So let's open these lines of communications. Let's talk things out. Let's discuss them. Use the examples. Look on Blackboard. Examine our site and just get to know this class and what you're going to be doing. And let's have an awesome summer semester.